Hello, this is David and welcome to Make Me Proud, the video series sharing the story of my campaign to become a better sprint swimmer. And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look back at my 50 meters freestyle swim from the European Masters Short Course Swimming Championships 2023. A little bit of a mouthful there. So those of you that watched the video of my race when it came out back towards the end of November will know that I achieved a personal best time of 28.31 seconds, taking 0.08 off of the personal best time that I set at Masters Nationals around about 3 weeks earlier. So we're going to be taking a look at this race, see what I did well, see what I did better than Nationals, and see also where I have room for improvement. So if you would give this video a like, I would very much appreciate it. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel / follow my Facebook page so that you know of whenever I upload any new videos. New Make Me Proud episodes come out every Sunday evening, but otherwise without any further ado, let's dive right in to today's technical analysis. A strong dive gets me off to a fantastic start, as it means that I'm able to carry a lot of momentum and speed down the first length, smashing it with a high stroke rate. My goggles being filled up with water meant that it was hard to spot the wall, but I did so very well despite that fact. However, not quite so good push-off meant that I wasn't able to carry as much momentum down the second length, getting a little bit clunky there, but still able to hold on for a personal best time of 28.31 seconds. So in general, a really strong 50 meters freestyle from myself, and one that I'm incredibly proud with, given that upon entry into the pool, my goggles filled up massively with water, which meant that although it's okay when just sprinting down the first length, you can just keep up your stroke rate, you keep your head down in position and really just concentrate on your stroke. When it then comes to spotting the wall, that is where the trouble comes in, and making sure that you hit it absolutely on the head. And I managed to do so despite having my goggles completely filled up with water and my vision completely limited in that regard. It meant that I wasn't able to come off the turn quite so well. However, you know, in spite of that fact, I was just really pleased that I managed to overcome that difficulty within this race and come away with a personal best time. So I think there are two key takeaways from that race. Obviously, the first is how much power I put into the wall coming off it at the tumble turn. You can see that in comparison to the guy next to me, I went into the wall into the lead or just in front, but then coming out of the wall into the breakout, he managed to get about half a body length over me, which seems to suggest that either I'm not putting enough into my push off of the wall at the 25, or I'm not keeping myself streamlined, or perhaps even that my underwaters aren't so great. However, I think it's more of a case of pushing off from the wall in this instance. And perhaps that was because my goggles were filled up with water. I was so focused on nailing the turn, making sure that I turned at the right time and getting a good feet placement, that I didn't focus on the actual amount of power that I put into the wall. I was so shocked that my feet were in the right place when touching the wall that it kind of distracted me from the fact that I really had to push off with as much power as possible. So yeah, there's one area for improvement, and perhaps the mitigation for that next time is to make sure that my goggles are strapped on nice and tight. I did this for the 100 meters because I wasn't taking any chances there, to ensure that that doesn't happen again. I was a little bit confused because normally, because I did take the time to tighten up my goggles as much as possible in that regard, or to the extent that I had for the 200 meters, and for the 200 meters, and I think the 55 came later. For the 200 meters, however, it might have just been the fact that it was a very powerful dive from myself towards the top end of that which I normally produce, and therefore it ultimately my goggles weren't tight enough for one of my best dives, so to say. So got to make sure that the goggles are on tight for future races. That then sort of brings me into my second point, which, because I didn't get that much speed and momentum off of the wall, it meant that my stroke rate, my speed down the second length wasn't quite so quick. Again, this is not going to be so quick as the first length, because I normally have to take a breath or two down the second 25, which again slows me down because it creates more drag. However, especially in the final 10 meters, you can see that my stroke gets rather clunky, and therefore I'm just losing speed. It wasn't as nice and smooth or as powerful as going down that first leg. And I think that's largely due to the fact that I didn't get enough off of that first wall, because when you're coming down, when you're coming off of the wall or out of the dive, ultimately you're slowing down your top speed. You're trying to maintain that momentum that you take off of the wall or off of the blocks ultimately down the next length. So because I didn't generate much impulse off of that first, off of the wall, at the 25, it meant that there wasn't as much to carry down the back 25 as there were down the first 25. However, despite that, maybe I'm getting a bit pernickety here. It was all in all a personal best, so have to be really, really pleased with that. So I'm ultimately in saying that I'm looking for ways in which I can improve things further. But ultimately it was a fantastic swim for myself, one that I was really happy with, especially given the fact that goggles filled up with water. I thought it was game over after the dive. So a time that I'm ultimately really happy with. And remember, if you've spotted something that you think that I can improve on in there, which I haven't mentioned today, please leave it down below in the comments. I really enjoy hearing from you and also learning from you as well. I find your comments really helpful in helping me to think about what I'm actually doing with my stroke. So if you spotted something extra, then please let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I've been David Westcough. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Subscribe to my channel to make sure that you're notified of whenever I upload any new videos. Click on the thumbnail to watch another video of mine, or for my fellow master swimmers, to gain clarity and confidence on how to eat in order to improve your swim times, head to westcough.com/masterclass.